I wanted to ask you about sort of the other big news story is I guess President Trump said on Meet the Press with Kristen Welker that he was thinking about running a third
Third
term.
term. Yeah.
I forget his exact quote, but sort of like there are ways around it. Steve Bannon has suggested that
Yeah.
as well. What did you think of that? And do you think that's true? And one of my followers says, "What can we do, or is it too late?"
Well, it's not too late. 2 months ago, if you would have asked me this, I would have said, no, 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 this is one of those distractions. This is one of those digressions. It's a conspiracy theory. There's no way it's going to happen. But now I think that watching Donald Trump in action and knowing what we have learned over the last 8 years, we need to take it seriously. We need to take it literally and seriously.
Well, how would he do it, Charlie?
Well, let me first of all start with you mentioned Steve Bannon. How many times have we seen in the last 8-10 years an idea that's sort of a crazy, nutty idea out on the edges of the fever swamp that gradually becomes mainstream and then eventually becomes Republican orthodoxy? Think about January 6th. Think about the whole idea, what we thought about it, and think about what the Republican Party has decided to embrace when it comes to what Donald Trump tried to do then. So could this be the same thing where the idea is percolating, it sounds crazy, but who's going to stand up against it? Who in the Republican Party is going to tell Donald Trump no? What sort of national emergency might they cook up? Now, one of the ideas he's floating out apparently is that he runs for vice president, that J.D. Vance runs as, at the top of the ticket. J.D. Vance wins, and then he quits and lets Trump become president again. These are crazy, crazy ideas. But Katie, in case you haven't noticed, these are crazy, crazy times. And Donald Trump has shown a willingness to break every other rule, every other norm in the pursuit of power. There's no ideological principle that governs him. But if Donald Trump thinks that he can hang on to power, that he can come up with some sort of an excuse, knowing that the courts might not block him, well, we'll get to the courts in a minute, the Republican Party won't block him, that he might be able to get state secretaries of state to put him on the ballot. I don't know. I think it's a crazy idea. It's clearly unconstitutional. I mean, you could say there's no way that will be allowed, but look at what Donald Trump has done in the first 60-some days. And then ask yourself, how many times has he shown that he is willing to bend reality in his interest?